Hey everybody, welcome to my Suburban Oasis. I hope everyone had a really wonderful Christmas and is having a great holiday season. I know I am enjoying it immensely. I've been gone for a couple of weeks due to a work trip as well as a vacation, so really haven't done many videos, but I'm excited to get one out to you now. And today we're just going to talk about a whole bunch of different things. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the presents that I got for Christmas that are gardening related that I think you guys might be interested in. I'm also going to share with you some of the progress and some of the things that I'm growing down here right now in my plant room. And then we'll also look at the Amaryllis that I planted that have been outdoors and then I brought in this fall. So we'll take a look at the progress on those. And I'm going to show you some of the seed catalogs that I've got, you guys. I am really excited about those also. So let's start with the presents that I got because I've got two of them that I really wanted to show to you that I thought you guys might like. So this one is a galvanized seed storage tin. And this one I got from my father-in-law and his friend, and we are just really thrilled to have this because it actually will protect my seeds much better than how I was storing them before. And we ended up, I don't know if the mouse left our house or what, but we ended up with a mouse, I think, that ended up getting into my seed packets, and I haven't seen it, and it hasn't been around since, but I'm glad to have this because it cannot get in. And this is also going to be nice because it has a whole area for seed packets that are regular size, and then over here you can put some of the larger ones if they're really big, but also it comes with some seed dividers, seed packet dividers, so you can kind of label them and put them in. And actually this is just really kind of like a thick paper, so I could use it as a template to make more if I wanted to. And then I also collect my own seeds, so I'm super stoked about the fact that it comes with some of these little seed envelopes as well. So if you collect your own seeds, that would be really nice. And then you can buy additional ones of both of these, but I think I have plenty of them to start with right now. And yeah, I just love this. I think it's great. It's really nice looking, and it's bigger than I actually thought it was going to be and will hold lots of seeds. And that's important because I know I'm going to be placing some orders soon. All right, the second present I want to show you, let me grab it. So this was a gift from a family friend, and I think it is really beautiful, and this is just one of 4. So it just has some really beautiful filigree wire and this bottle, and it can be hung so that you can do use it as a root trainer, so you can root like coleus or some indoor plants. It's going to be really, really pretty if you hang it in a window or something like that. And actually there are 4 different colors of them, and I think it came from some place called Bits and Bobbles. Let me look at the box. Okay, it came from a place called Bits and Pieces. So I'm just going to hold this up a little bit closer so you all can see it. Isn't that pretty? It has some cute little flowers and leaves that are just strung on there with little wires, and I think that's really beautiful. So that will be fun to root some things in. And if you wanted to give these as gifts for people for birthdays or for any other occasion besides Christmas, there was 4 of them in the box, and they are all different colors. So what a great and beautiful thing to share. Okay, let's take a look at the progress that the Amaryllis are making. Now I'm sure you all have seen the Amaryllis picture that I posted on the channel as a Merry Christmas, and that one is blooming. That one is one that I bought this year. Actually, my mother bought it for me, and so they sell them just perfectly timed so that they will bloom for Christmas. So what I'm showing you here is a pot full of the Amaryllis that I had grown outside during the summer after having them inside during the winter, and then I brought them in this fall right around, I want to say late October, early November, and I just put them in a cold room that I have under my stairs in the basement that doesn't really get any heat. And So I brought them back out and I planted them. I had a video recently about showing how you separate them because they did get really root bound, and I separated them out and planted them, and they're doing really well. They're greening up, you can see here, and I think they look beautiful. As they come out, you can see this like beautiful red purplish tinge that the foliage takes on that's new. And this bulb itself has two new shoots coming off of the side. So this is a little one and this is a little one right here. I don't think that that one looks like so far that it's going to have a bloom on it. It just looks like foliage is coming out so far. In fact, the only one within this container that I think is going to bloom, or at least that I can tell so far with its growth, is this one right here. So you can see that this is the tip of a flower that is going to come up. It will be a bud and it will shoot up and look gorgeous. Now I don't know what kind that is, but we'll see. So again, these are growing on really well. Definitely have one that's going to give me fantastic blooms. I might get a bloom from some of the other ones, but it might be a little too early to see them still. Now this one here is kind of the slowest one to grow on. It really doesn't seem like it's put on a whole lot of green growth, but it is just beginning. And I think that's because it had some damage to it. There was something that was eating it from the back, so I don't even know if it's going to stay alive for too long. Yeah, it had gotten some type of little caterpillars or worms or something like that. So we'll see. I'm just still growing it on anyways, just to see what happens, because plants are really, really tough. So people are probably going to ask me what this is, because I think it's really, really gorgeous, and many people do as well. I think this one's called Black Velvet Alocasia. And I'll do an indoor plant tour soon as well, so people can see what I'm growing inside besides just the Amaryllis, and it'll be really fun to talk about and to show you them. Now this one is the one that already had a baby. This baby has been growing for a couple of years now. It probably will not bloom. However, I think that this one is pushing out a bud tip. I don't know if you can see that. Let's get really, really close here. But I think one's pushing out a bud tip right here. So I think that one is going to bloom. And it's one of the older ones that I have had, and it looks really good. And then this one obviously is pushing a bloom. This one is the furthest ahead of all of them. It has a nice firm bloom stalk with a gorgeous bud on it. And the thing with Amaryllis is you really don't want to water them too much because they can rot out if you do that. So just be careful. Try not to overwater them, and they will be much happier if you avoid that. They also really don't need any fertilization at this point. They're going to do really great inside. The fertilization that I will give them is going to be the sun when I take them out after they've done blooming and it's warmed up outside. So that will really fertilize them well. I may even fertilize them with some water-soluble fertilizer when they are back outside. So for now, they're kind of a set it and forget it plant, and I think they look really pretty. And they're growing on just nicely. So we'll watch them over time to see how they do. Now one of the other plants that I wanted to show you today is this one. This is a caladium, and I don't remember what kind it is because I got rid of the box. It was pink something or other. But what I wanted to share about this one that I thought was interesting was I bought these probably last March, and I planted them, and I have no idea why, but they didn't come up. I got no new growth from them. And then I had left them in my outdoor greenhouse that's on my deck, and when I was cleaning that out this fall as I was putting things away for the winter, I noticed that one of them looked like they might have a little bit of growth on it, and it really didn't look like much. It was like this little black stub. I don't know if you can see it, but that's That's what it looks like when it first pokes through. And so I thought I'm going to put these into some soil. And now I have 1, 2, 3, I don't know, I've got at least 4 that are coming up. So I'm really excited about that because these caladiums are really beautiful. And I wanted to use these in my front porch planter box this spring, but because they didn't come up, I couldn't use them. So I'm hopeful that these are all going to come up and that we'll get some nice foliage on them because they're a really good plant for the shade. And I think they would look really beautiful in that planter box. So we're going to continue to watch these. Right now, I have noticed that this one has started growing much faster once it got its first leaf out. So I'm anticipating that within the next couple of weeks we'll start seeing many more leaves, and I'll give you guys some updates as it grows on as well. But I think that's just going to be really beautiful, and the leaves should eventually get much bigger than this. I think this is just because it's being grown indoors. But I've never grown caladiums before, so I'm just excited that they actually grew. And I wanted to share this because I know many people have, you know, oftentimes forgot that they have bulbs, and you know, sometimes they still are viable, so it's well worth a try if you want to just stick them in the ground or in a pot to try and see if they will grow, because again, these were probably just sitting there for a good 8 months before I found them and brought them inside and planted them and gave them some water. And at this point, I'm starting to give them a little bit of fertilizer as well. But I'm just keeping the soil nice and moist, and then I'm going to let it dry out in between the waterings because that's really important as well, so that they don't get waterlogged. And then over here, I'm going to show you my son is growing some peas. So he's got them coming up over here. All right, well, let's take a look now at some of the seed catalogs that I've got coming in. I'm really excited about. Okay, the first one that I have today is Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, and this one has some rare seeds that are heirloom seeds, and they have a ton of different types of seeds. They have really beautiful pictures as well. So it's out of Missouri, and I absolutely love it. They have both flowers as well as vegetables, and they're gorgeous. I mean, things that you don't normally see in certain other areas. But just look at the pictures. This is stuff that I need to see right now. I don't know about you guys, but I love to see these beautiful, colorful pictures, and of course that's why they entice us into buying probably more seeds than we ever will sow. But another good thing about having a storage container like the one that I showed you is that the seeds are often viable for many years. The viability does go down over time, but don't throw them away if you have some that are left over. Definitely save them. So I've started marking a few of the different things that I like to see and that I would like to grow in my garden next year. And when I have them fully marked, I'll go through and tell you a little bit about the different selections that I've got. Next up, I have Select Seeds. And this one is selectseeds.com. So if you want to get a copy of this. This one also has heirloom seeds in it, lots of uncommon and pollinator-friendly flower seeds and plants that have been award-winning, and they don't have GMOs, they're untreated, so it's a really nice one to have because it's got all sorts of flowers. I don't think this one has any vegetables, if I recall correctly. Right, it doesn't. But like, for example, this is a whole section just on nasturtiums. So definitely worth perusing if you love this. They have free seed shipping on orders $50 or more until February 28th. So that's a nice little coupon. Then Johnny's Selected Seeds, I think Many people know about Johnny's seeds. This one has lots of different kinds of seeds in it as well. This one has vegetables as well as flowers, and it has some things that you can buy in terms of tools. So it has seeders as well, it has raised beds and planters, it has seed kits, different types of heat mats and flats that you can grow things in. And also I think they have a really good selection of things if you enjoy planting to create cut flowers. So definitely recommend Johnny's Selected Seeds for that. Now another one that I've gotten so far is Young Seeds and Plants, and many of these are family owned and operated, and I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. It might be Jung Seed. Anyways, jungseed.com, and they have so much. A lot of different seed companies cannot fit all of the seeds that they have in their catalogs. So looking online is also a good thing to do if you don't see something that you want. So for example, look at all of these different colored corns that they have at Jung Seed. This one's out of Wisconsin. And one of the things that I like about ordering from companies that are sort of within my plant zone is that I know that they're growing things there that are going to grow for me as well. And this one is really great at providing you with a whole bunch of different types of vegetables, shrubs. It even has actual plants, so not just seeds, and perennials, annuals, just so many different things for you to be able to look at. Pancake arborvitae, fireball burning bush, pearl glam beautyberry. So things that you might not be able to find locally if you're a person who can't find plants at a nursery or you're really far away. This is a great one to be able to order from. They have a lot of first editions, shrubs, as well as proven winter. So Jung Seeds and Plants. And then another one that I really like looking at in terms of, they do a great job with their photography as well, is Burpee. And just look at, like, I love kale. I'm starting to pick out some of the ones that I want to grow because I love to grow kale. I love the color of it. I love the structure of it in the garden. I like the taste of it. So this one is a really great one for vegetables, fruits, herbs. They also have lots of different types of plants themselves, fruit. So if you want fig trees or goji berries, they have all sorts of different types of fruit, grapes, raspberries, whatever you can even imagine, they have it. Strawberries, tons of different kinds of marigolds and zinnias. It's a really good catalog. And they also even sell things like calibrachoa. So that are good. Those are plants that they sell, not seeds necessarily, but that you can grow in pots if you want, or hanging baskets. So a really good resource to have. That one is Burpee. This one is out of Washington. So they do have some of the warmer zone type vegetables and plants as well. Yeah, so I've just started going through them. I haven't gotten into them very much. Usually it's after Christmas when I'm really looking and thinking about what I want to buy, and then I'll place my order. And before I do that though, I will check back in with you guys and let you know some of the varieties that I've picked out that I'm going to order and where I'm going to get them from. But I'm interested to hear from you if you have any seed catalogs maybe that I didn't mention that you would highly recommend, because I think this is a great space for us to share information. So please leave in the comments any of the seed catalogs that you love to get and how we can get our hands on them as well. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. Again, I hope you guys had a really great Christmas or holiday season, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope that you guys are safe happy and healthy and staying warm. Thanks again for joining me today. We'll see you next time.